right, it's game day. You only got one job to do. That's win. That means you stay focused for 4 quarters. Know your assignments and finish on every play. Don't be looking for shortcuts, and don't even think about making excuses. Because if you want the W, you're gonna have to earn it.
Playoff edition is here. You know what that means. The truth around the SML Playoff edition, baby. Fellas, what's going on? Coach Pauly here on a Playoff edition, SML. The truth around the SML Playoff edition. We're already at that time here where, the time that separates the pretenders from the contenders. So I have a great caller on the line, a disciple of the truth, one of my favorite personalities, the silent assassin of the SML, I call him. I like the guy, I like the way he presents himself in the SML. Doesn't say too much, but when he does, people listen. That's the way it is. But before we go on to that, we got the agenda for today's show. After I ask the caller some questions, go around the SML with him, I'm going to give the Truth's playoff predictions. I think last season I only got 2 games wrong. So I'm going to give the Truth's playoff predictions after I have our caller on. And then I'm going to end off with some water cooler talk. And this water cooler talk, I'm kind of mad. I'm kind of mad lately, last couple of days, some occurrences I've noticed, and then some people in my DMs, some disciples saying, hey, you have to address this on the truth. Because they don't want to say anything in public because, they know they might, get reprimanded. But so I'm going to bring it on here. That's what we give you as the truth. And even before water cooler talk, I'm also going to give you my pretender, my playoff pretender for the AFC and my playoff pretender from the NFC, and I'll explain a little bit about that a little later. So, without further ado, I'm going to give my guy here, let's see, I'm going to give him a little intro, quick intro. You'll know who he is, and I'm going to go into it, all right? So, it's a quick intro here for my boy.
I know you think I'm a rookie, but really I'm a fucking vet. Chopper touch your body, that's a yapper, call it key sweat. Pussy being disrespectful, then we had his fucking neck. I know most of y'all think I'm a rookie, really I'm a vet.
So, as you know, he's not a rookie, he's a vet. He's been around the SML. He's an OG of the SML. And, a lot of people look for him to guide us because he's been here a long time. Coach Woods, are you there?
Yeah, what's going on, Pauly?
Yeah, man, what's going on? How's things going? How's things going in Browns land these days?
Pretty good, pretty good. A good culmination every season, with the exception of one. We've improved on our win total. Last year was 11, this year's 12. And see what we can do in the playoffs.
And do you have any big injuries coming into the playoffs? I'm excited that you're in the playoffs, man. I haven't seen you in the playoffs in a little bit, so I'm excited that you're here, and I want you to do well. Any injuries?
My running back, Joey Foreman, he's out. I think I have to make the playoffs for him to get back. But my rookie running back, Greg Barber, he's stepped up. He almost hit 1,000 yards. I think he had 820 and 8 touchdowns. So he's a pretty good fill-in. I'm not saying that he completely takes the place of Joey, but he's doing well. He's doing well. So it doesn't change the offense, so to speak. So that's a good thing. Just keep grounding and pounding and take our chances over the top and our short dump downs from time to time.
Yeah, I hear. Me and you, we have a lot of similarities on the way we like to play the game, and I respect that. The next question I have for you, you play the Chiefs first round, wild card round. He's a newcomer to the SML. What do you have to stop, and what do you expect what you have to do to win this game?
Just to really kind of contain Mahomes a bit, make sure he's not moving around. It's kind of silly to say, but you kind of want to leave him stationary. So my guys like my defensive line, Garrett, Vaughn, those guys can kind of tee off. You don't want him moving around because then it makes it a bit harder to tackle him. Very much watch Tyreek, and he's got another wide receiver there that's pretty good that could give us some trouble. So we're looking at all of that. I know he's got a 90. I think he's got a 95 speed running back. I'm gonna have to keep my own too.
Yeah.
I gotta look at the depth chart as well, but he's gonna be dangerous, and I'm gonna have my work cut out for me.
Yeah, definitely. He has a lot of weapons. He definitely has that vertical passing attack. You definitely want to, I would say, if I was going against him, I didn't even really scout him or anything, but I would definitely try to keep everything in front of me if I had a choice, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So going to the next question, who will win? Okay, the AFC. Who will represent the AFC in the championship? Let's say you're not in it. Who do you see representing the AFC?
If I'm not in it, I don't really the way QB's playing, and I tease him a lot. He went heel after he won the Super Bowl, but he's 16-0 this year, and I'm a bit worried about that. Even though he doesn't have time, he's downplaying it like it's the end of the world. But I don't really see it as such. He's got two good running backs.
Mm-hmm.
He's still got two good wide receivers without having time.
Mm-hmm.
He makes decisions, and his defensive line is also dangerous. So,
say it. You got to say it.
Probably come down between him and Prime, but this year I'm picking QB to represent the AFC.
Yes, sir. That might be my choice too. I'm going to have that coming up in my playoff predictions. Like you said, he is downplaying, Towns a lot. I think that's obviously huge, but we'll see how it takes him. How about in the NFC? Who you got?
Oh man,
it's difficult because of the controversy that's going on that I'm going to mention later. But who do you think in your heart?
I don't know which Sunday we're going to be getting.
Mm-hmm. If any, right? If any.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, if we do get Sunday, will it be the burnt out Sunday? Will it be the Sunday that wants to prove the Memorial Day miracle wasn't a fluke?
Mm-hmm.
You got Dan. I've played with Dan in another league before for at least 4 years. He's solid, and when he kind of gets a beat on what you like to do, he's good at taking it away.
Yep.
The thing with him is you'd have to control the game, and if you can do that early, then he's not. I haven't played him in a while, but before he used to playing from behind wasn't his forte. He can do it, but he wouldn't like to.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of check downs in his game too. He kind of looks deep and then he takes that check down right away to be safe. So far, that's my scout on him.
Yeah. NYT,
Nah, man.
Lawyer.
I'm out. I'm checking out early, man. Not me. The other guys, maybe.
Still got who's your backup running back when I haven't high?
Yeah, no, he just got hurt yesterday versus playing the computer. It was Coleman, X Factor. He's kind of slow, but he got it through. But he got hurt 5 weeks. So I'm third string, 62 overall. Whatever, man. It is what it is, right?
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. With NYT getting his running backs, I think he's got more of a puncher's chance this year. If you had Hines, I'd definitely put you in that category as well. But I don't know. I mean, I've noticed guys that are good at running, they don't use. It doesn't matter who they have a running back.
Yeah,
they're going to find those holes and find a way to at least, get those 5-6 yard gains. The runs don't have to be home runs. If you're getting positive yards, and that's still cause to be worried from on the other side. NFC, I don't know which Sunday squad we're going to get, so I'm going to go with an Eagles-Patriots Super Bowl.
Nice. That's definitely one of the popular choices, and that might even be my choice. We'll go over it a little later. So who do you have winning that Super Bowl? You're going to pick one guy. Who's taking it home?
I don't even know if they're both smart guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with my boy picking up his second ring, QB.
Yeah.
Being the third person to go undefeated and win a Super Bowl, QB stud,
Yeah,
will win the Super Bowl this season.
I hear you. No, I hear you. You know, he's definitely. I never sleep on QB. I played in the season. I played him tough, but he's definitely like a surgeon on the football field, especially offensively. What is just quick last 3 questions here. What are your thoughts on Cam Newton to New England? I know it's not SML, but how do you think he's going to do?
Me personally, I love it.
Yeah.
I watched Cam. I watched him when he was doing his JUCO thing after the Florida debacle. I watched him at Auburn, and I thought he'd be that gadget, hey, read option all the time, yada yada yada. But he came out and he kind of proved people wrong with the passing numbers. Yeah, granted he hadn't thrown for 400 yards since his rookie year, but with that system and that coach, I honestly think if Cam's healthy, because that right shoulder and that foot, I mean, those are things that can make you look horrible if you're a quarterback. Even if you're a regular NFL player, you're going to look like shit.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, this we'll really see if it's just, hey, age and time is catching up with him, or if it's just those injuries. Because I think Belichick is the coach to get what he can get the max out of Cam, and McDaniels will scheme around what he does best to maximize what they can do. If they can get past Buffalo in that division, they're in the playoffs easily.
Yeah, you know, that's one thing.
I think it's a good fit for both of them because I mean, I won't sugarcoat. I was mad at Cam after that Super Bowl because I wanted him to win badly.
Yeah, me too.
And I think that kind of took him down a peg. But for a guy to be in his ear and give him like clear direction, hey, this is what you can be, and this is where I take you to.
Yeah,
I think Belichick the guy to get him there.
Yeah, we'll hope so. It'll be interesting to see if they try to fit him in the scheme or they kind of just scheme around him. You know, that's the thing I want to see. You know, if he's going to be able to dink and dunk with high accuracy passes, or are they going to get him on the move, you know, where he's most comfortable? That's something that's yet to be seen. But another question here. So there's been a lot of, you know, people hit me up. What are your thoughts on Prime maybe, most likely, not letting Sunday play? You know, I know Prime was hurrying up that advance. I'm going to talk about that a little later. But what is your thoughts, you know, on him, the Sunday, the 3-time Super Bowl appearance, 2-time winner, not having a chance this season?
That would be unfortunate. Like I put in chat, I've only seen it twice before. I know once with the Steelers owner, and it was a wild card round. He couldn't get it in. I can't remember. We waited. I'm not sure. I don't want to start that ball rolling, but I know there was lengthy DM discussions. Prime was trying to kind of say, hey, I'll wait for you. You know, what can we do? We waited one night. It wasn't within the confines of extending in advance. It was just kind of, hey, can you do it? What does it look like? And whatever happened in the DM, it didn't go through, and they force win the other guy, whoever it was. And I think another one happened in the NFC.
Yeah.
I can't really remember, but I know there were 2. And fair about it. I think he'll be fair with this, and I think he'll probably talk to QB. Talk to Sunday, and I think they'll come out to something.
Yeah, I hope so.
I honestly think he wants to play Sunday again.
Think so, huh?
Prime, and I think he does. Whether he makes light of it or not, that Super Bowl really. Trust me, when you come back, he tasted it. He was ready to start saying 16-time champ.
Yeah.
And that got snatched away from him, and I think he wants a chance to say, hey, I'm going to go out and try to beat Sunday to where I know I can. The only way I can do that is if I keep him in. But we'll see.
Yeah, I hope so, man.
Either decision, you'll have detractors on both sides. So
yeah.
we'll see.
I hear you, and I just tell it the way I see it and the way, I see things doesn't mean it's right. That's the way I see it. But, I hope he gives him a chance because it's going to make the playoffs great, and that's what we need, the playoffs to be great. Because, without Sunday in the NFC, man, it's, I'm going to give my prediction later, but it's Dan's to lose if it's up to me,
I mean, who knows? That NYT may beat him. We never know.
I'm not big on NYT in the playoffs, man. I've given him so much love lately in the playoffs, last year and the year before, and he just flops out, man. So, usually I gave him love, but once you burn me once, burn me twice, man, I kind of fall off that wagon a little bit.
Oh, no, then pick against me, then.
All right, last question. Mercy rule, baby. One player, you're Mr. Nice Guy, man. You don't ruffle feathers. You kind of just, play it by ear, but one guy in the SML, you wouldn't be, sad if you mercy ruled. One rival, who would it be?
I love this guy to death because he's helped me become a better player, but I'm sorry, Meat, and it's not because of who he is.
Mm-hmm.
It's because of that damn team. God, I mean, it's like every time I play him, and I'm not as fearful as Lamar anymore, and I think that kind of hurts me. It definitely hurt me in our second game.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I see that handoff animation to Golden, I hold my breath because he could be gone. And I feel like that. I hate playing like, all right, make sure he doesn't break anything long. And I think that also hurts me too. But if I could, it'd have to be me. And the only reason I say that is because if I mercy ruled him, which means I shut that team down completely. And that's one thing I want to do.
Yeah, no, I feel the same, man. Like, that team that he has is just illegal. Jesus Christ. Like, it's unbelievable. But I agree with you, man. I agree with you on that. And, hey, Coach Woods, man, I want to wish you the best of luck. And I hope, even though I don't know if I'll predict it, but I'll hope that you make it a good run in these playoffs. I'm a big supporter of you and your franchise. And I just want to thank you for coming on The Truth, man.
No problem. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I hope I can make some noise and at least shock some people and make it to the AFC title game. We'll see.
All right, bro. I'll be in your corner. So, hey, good luck, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, brother. Appreciate it.
All right, bro. All right, fellas. So, next, okay, hey, that was a great interview, man. That's one of my favorite guys in the SML, man, because he tells it like it is. There's no sugarcoating. There's no girliness going on. It's straight man right there, man. Straight man, and I give him a lot of credit for being who he is, man. I give props to people like that. So, next, playoff predictions, the world famous, The Truth playoff predictions. Here they come, babe.
The Truth playoff predictions.
All right, so the toughest game for me to call, I'm not going to put that first. Okay, there's one game that was tough for me to call. First game, okay, we have the number 3 Ravens versus the number 6 seed Jets. No previous meeting this season, I don't believe. First in points for in the league meets with 32. 15 in points against, 22. The Jets, points for, 10th with 27. Points against, 6th with 16 points a game. Easily. Royce, I'm going to talk about you a little later, but I don't see you having a chance in this game because of all the firepower that the Ravens have. 31-21, the Ravens move on. Then we got the hardest game of the wild card round to call. We got the Chiefs and the Browns. This is a hard one, man. This is a hard one. I did a lot of thinking, and I don't know what to pick here, man. It can go either way. I'm just going to call it. It can go either way. I'm going to call it a close one, but only because he's a vet of the SML, and, Corey is new and maybe not used to playoffs like last season. Same thing. Browns, 24-21. They go on, the Browns, okay? And they go on, I think, to face the Pats. So we have Ravens, Colts, and then Pats, Browns. I'm calling Colts in that one. Colts over Ravens, and Colts get to the AFC Championship. And then I'm going to go Pats over Browns, and Colts, Pats, AFC Championship. I'll come back to that later. Now, NFC, okay, we got the Vikes, okay, at the Cards. The Vikes are a JV team right now. We got our first, second string running backs hurt. We got our second and third receivers hurt, out for the season. So, it has to be a miracle. So I'm calling Cards 34, Vikes 17. Cards go on, okay, to face the Packers if Okay, if the baby goat's still in it, we'll see. Now, next game, we got the Skins, okay, versus the Falcons. It's a very controversial game, depending on what Prime decides. I'll go over that a little later in water cooler. But I see if the Skins face the Falcons, it's game over, man. I've seen this game way too many times. Not a good matchup for NYT. I say 37-20, and that's being generous. Skins move on, and they go on to face the Eagles. So, okay, back to the AFC. Then we got, let's see, Packers, okay, and Cards. I'm going to take the Cards in that one. I'm going to take the Cards because they're high-scoring offense, and, Lawyer, he's good, but high-scoring games may get to him, okay? So I would take the Cards if you face the Packers. And Skins Eagles, okay, believe it or not, man, you've heard it here. He's my boy, BG, but I'm going with Dan because I don't think BG is invested enough to beat a competitor like Dan this stage late in the cycle. So I'm going Eagles, Cards, and then the Eagles beat the Cards 28-21 to make it to the Super Bowl. And that's the BG scenario if he's allowed in. Okay, if he's allowed in, that's what I see, even though he's not making the Super Bowl unless something crazy happens. Now, in the other scenario, we have, okay, BG, sadly not being able to play after giving us great entertainment for the last 3 or 4 seasons. So in that case, the Falcons will get to the Packers. The Packers beat the Falcons 23-17. Move on. Okay, and then the Eagles and Cards. Again, the Eagles beat the Cards and then move on. And then the Eagles-Packers, they just played. It was kind of a close game. But the Eagles move on, again, to the Super Bowl. As you can see, I'm a big Eagles guy. I've seen some of his game, especially because the BG, all the uncertainty that surrounds him. He hasn't been around the PlayStation as of late, and who knows if the big bad monster is even going to let him participate. So, in the AFC, okay, Pats and Colts, man. Again, great matchup even in the NFL. And, guys, without Towns, I think it's going to be hard. There's nothing better I would like than the Pats to knock off the Colts again. I would love that. But Towns is going to be the difference, I think. I think even though we only had 5 catches for 37 yards in their first meeting or something like that, I think that's huge, because it gives Prime something else he can focus on. So I'm going to go, I don't know, this is a tough one. I'm going to go, this hurts me to say it, I'm going to go Colts over Pats 24-20, and Colts go to the Super Bowl, and they face the Eagles, and the one guy other than QB stud and BG that, Prime doesn't want to face, and it's Dan. And I say Dan takes this one in the Super Bowl. He's ready. He watched a lot of film. He's in Coach Pauly's film room getting ready for this one. And I say the Eagles take this one 28-27. Okay, 28-27. Eagles win the Super Bowl. And again, that's hard because it's 2 scenarios depending on what happens to the Skins. But I would love that if the Eagles won or the Pats won. I wouldn't mind that, I like both those franchises, So that's my predictions for that there. And there's 2 teams, okay? There's 2 teams, one in each conference, that are pretenders, okay? That are pretenders. And I'm going to call it out right now. Don't even play the playoffs. Just take your team to the beach and get ready for next season, okay? In the AFC, the Jets, Royce, you're a pretender. This season, you're a pretender, man. So I don't think you have any shot of making that final. I'm sorry. I'm just telling the truth. And in the NFC, it's the Vikes. Yours truly. I call myself out. I don't think I should even be here with my studs not playing. The way I play, I need everybody I can get, and they're on the sideline with injuries. So, hey, I shouldn't even be here, but hey, I'll give it a crack. Those are the 2 pretenders. And I'm excited for these playoffs, especially if, every team is allowed to be in the playoffs, which makes it better viewing for everyone, without a doubt, So without further ado, last segment of the show, we got some water cooler talk, man. We call it cool because I'm a little mad.
It's time for water cooler talk around the SML with Paul.
All right, fellas, I'm just going to go straight to it. All right, I got to get it off my chest, and a lot of people have been asking me to bring this up. Okay, yesterday I noticed Prime, coming on, kind of, hey guys, can we get the advance done early advance, more than usual. More than usual, be coming on because he knows in the back of his mind, the BG said he was coming back Thursday, which is, what we were supposed to advance if things went according to plan. But again, he gets on this morning, saw the message when I woke up. Guys, if we advance tonight, it's going to be lit. It's going to be fire. Let's play. Let's get it. But most people know, what he's trying to do here, because there's a couple guys in this league that give him trouble. And the BG's definitely one of them. He's been in the Super Bowl the last 3 seasons. He's done a lot for the league as far as viewership. He's a great competitor. And everybody wants to see that matchup, and maybe except for Prime, because I think he's still having flashbacks of what happened in the Memorial Day Miracle. I don't blame him. A play like that takes a long time to get over with. And if he can win the championship without going through the baby goat, I think there's an asterisk next to it, man. It's not true. I'm not going to take it for real. I'm just going to say, yeah, you won one, but it has an asterisk because you didn't beat the guy who you haven't beat yet in the playoffs. And until you do, it's not for real. I wouldn't say that if the Pats won the Super Bowl because he's already beat the Skins in the Super Bowl. He's done it. Okay, so if QB stud wins it, hey, hats off, you deserved it. But even Dan, if he wins it, there's still a little asterisk, baby asterisk next to his name because he hasn't beat the Skins in the playoffs. Until you do, it's going to be a tainted season, tainted playoffs if you end up winning it. If you feel good putting that ring on your finger, man, then do it, But I don't believe it, man. It's just, what are we in a rush for? What are we in a rush for, folks? We know when the next game's coming out, and we know we can get another season in. What's another 24 hours? I mean, we did wait for the commish when his cable was out for a little bit when he was the last game. I know, and this is the playoffs. This is not even the regular season. I mean, the magnitude is great here. People worked hard all season. And, a poor kid went to help his family members who are stricken with a disease and a virus and help out. And we're punishing him, I would do this for anybody, not just him, because I'm in his corner a lot of the times, even though I didn't pick him to go to the Super Bowl right now, right? So, but what are we waiting for? What's the hurry? Is there a hurry? Can we just go outside and grab a margarita and wait a day? Or are we forcing it, man? Are we forcing it just for people's agendas because they don't want to, face this kid? I don't know. I don't know what it is. It just seemed a little suspicious. And I had a lot of people in the DM say, hey, you're going to bring this up? Because they're not going to talk on chat about it. And they know I will. Because I've been on this earth too many years to give a shit. So I'm going to tell you what I think. I love both guys. I think Prime's a great guy. I love him. I think everybody in this league is pretty great, But I'm just going to tell it like it is, man. Always tell it like it is. One person, I may have a lot of enemies. I know I have a lot of friends. So get one side or the other. But that's the way I see it, man. That's the way I see it. And last, I'm going to end off with, Cam Newton to the Pats. I know you guys are joking, and it hurts. It hurts, because I don't like posers. I don't like that kind of stuff, what he does, shenanigans and the egotistical person that he is playing that position, and not being that great at it. If he was great, give me Mahomes, give me Wilson, give me, I don't know who else, but, it's just sad. I'd rather stick with a young guy and have him check down and run our offense. And I don't think Cam's going to be able to run our offense. And we're going to bring his old offense in, and him scrambling and running out of the pocket, get hurt. He won't last very long, I don't think, in New England. But, that's my thoughts on that. I've cooled down a little bit since yesterday. I'll be booing them at training camp. I'm right in the first seat every time they come out, so they'll know. And I've already talked to a lot of Pats fans who I tailgate with. They'll be doing the same. Because one thing I've learned through my life, you never want to be the man replacing the man, okay? Good things are not going to happen. You always want to be the man after the man, not the man coming after, okay? And that's Brady. You don't want to be the man coming after Brady, man. You should have just let Stidham play and then maybe come in next year or whatnot, but not a good thing about to happen to you because expectations in New England are high. And as soon as you pull your, dress-up bullshit in pregame, you're going to find out what real fans are all about, okay? And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, hey, guys, this is the truth around the SML Playoff Edition. I want to thank Coach Woods for being on today, and I want to wish him luck. And, hey, we got 3 more shows left next season, and I don't know if that's the end of the truth. We haven't reached negotiations for next cycle yet. We don't know where we're heading. We're sending out a show, so, we'll make the best out of it for the next season. All right, so, hey, good luck to everybody in the playoffs. Wish you all luck and support the SML, babe. All right, we're out. Playoffs, baby. Woo!